What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Pretty Boy Wes. Hey man, we back with some more reaction videos, and today we got why Minecraft isn't fun anymore. If you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for the little break that I've been spending time with family. But other than that, man, we're about to hop right into this video. Minecraft, in my opinion, the best times on was when it was on the phone, when you could just play mobile a lot on Minecraft, and then they came out on the Xbox. That was the best time I played Minecraft. But yeah, man, we're about to see what's popping with Minecraft. Without further ado, man, let's hop right into this.
But it's not anymore.
What did that just do?
Oh, what the heck? Oh, no. What the heck is that thing? Oh, it shoots lasers. Oh, there's chest boats. It's no secret that Minecraft has added a lot of features since it was released. They've revamped entire dimensions, created new bosses, and even added fully automatic weapons. So why is it that through all of these new features, Minecraft still feels boring? You would think that with so many new items to collect and so many new mobs to explore that Minecraft would be as interesting as ever, but it all just feels stale. We all remember that feeling of booting up the game for the first time, opening your first world, and having no idea what you're supposed to do. But maybe that's what made Minecraft fun. Maybe having to find out how to play the game and discover features for the first time is why we liked it in the first place. And while this might be one factor, I think there's actually something more. Something deeper. The real reason why Minecraft isn't fun anymore is all because of chest boats. Every game has something called progression, a course of action that a player must complete to move forward. I actually didn't know that, I had to look it up. In GTA, you rob people to increase your wealth. In Pokemon, you battle trainers to get badges. And in Fortnite, please don't make me talk about Fortnite. But in Minecraft's case, the progression is a little bare bones, mostly consisting of mining ores and crafting tools. But over time, it's this small system that I believe has started to cause major problems. The first of which being that the game is just way too simple. You see, Minecraft's main progression currently looks like this. You upgrade through each armor set, kill the ender dragon, and if you want to, get an elytra. You can also fight this guy, but he's just a side. And although this system is meant to be simple, there hasn't been anything big added to it in a long time. Besides one key thing that we'll talk about later, the last major change to progression was in 2011 with the addition of the ender dragon. That was
That was a long. Sorry, stream. Sorry, YouTube.
Great. Can I
12 years ago. In that time, people have the addition of the ender dragon. That was 12 years ago. In that time, people have been born, raised, and are probably out vaping at this exact moment. Yes, we've gotten the Wither, but like I said, you don't really have to fight it. Things like Guardians and the Warden are cool, but there's no real reason to seek them out. Most features added to the game nowadays are just meant to stall the player, rather than having a meaningful purpose. So that's issue number one. But issue number two is a little bit more interesting, because it's the fact that Minecraft is getting easier. Like, a lot easier. 2011. Minecraft had just passed 1 million sales, and it started to get its first batch of fans.
Dedicated wham, I should have to server.
I really hate this kid. Notch was in dire need to add something to the game, so the first thing he thought of was beds. I could make so many jokes here, but I'm gonna have self-control. Beds were craftable with wool and would allow you to skip the night, the most dangerous stretch of the game. You could literally just avoid all the mobs and danger of the game and just skip straight to the daytime. But hey, listen, there's still mobs underground. The game is hard enough. It's not like they're letting us fly or anything. 2016. A lot of things happened in 2016, but among them was the 1.9 combat update, which was the most controversial update in Minecraft history. Alongside
What was the 1.9 update? If y'all know, y'all Minecraft people, let me know in the comment section.
completely changing the PvP system, it also added the elytra, which allowed you to fly in survival. This made traveling around extremely easy, removed the need to walk, and made exploration effortless. But come on, they're pretty hard to get. It's not like they're giving away diamonds, okay? 2019. This time they updated villagers, which literally sell you diamonds. Not only do you not have to mine for pretty much anything anymore, you also don't have to enchant because the villagers sell that too. I don't need to do anything. I could just be a slave owner. You can see the common trend with these updates. Mojang adds something that makes the game easier without adding anything to balance it out. This explains why Minecraft feels much shorter than it used to. Since there's so many new features to make the game easier, players can find ways to beat it faster and faster and faster. And yes, I did learn how to speedrun specifically for this 4-second clip. But there's one update that never did any of this. It made the game harder, made progression longer, and is also hailed as one of the greatest updates of all time. I'm of course talking about Buzzy Bee. The Nether update was released in 2020, and it changed the game in 2 huge ways. First of all, it added Netherite, a completely new material better than diamond. To get it, you would have to mine in the Nether for the extremely rare ore type Ancient Debris, and combine it with your existing diamond armor. Not only does this add an entirely new step to progression, but it also prevents you from skipping straight to it, since you have to upgrade your old armor rather than replace it. Kind of like how I can't replace my terminal brain illness. But there's one more thing the Nether update did that's even more important, and that is making fortresses much harder to find. Before the Nether update, you could just kind of walk around without really having to fight anything, and eventually find a fortress since they were pretty common. But after the Nether update, you had to traverse through 4 different dangerous biomes while constantly fighting hordes of piglins just to go through huge bastards with brutes that will one-shot you, and on top of that, fortresses are 3 times as rare. Jesus. With fortresses now much harder to find, completing the game was not only more difficult, but also more time-consuming, which in turn lengthens the progression of the game and makes it much more enjoyable to play. The Nether update as a whole was a huge turn in the right direction for Minecraft. It made the game harder, lengthened the main progression, and overall improved the game in many different ways. So we're good, right? We can just sit back, relax, let Mojang do their thing, and they can keep pumping out updates just like this one. No, why the hell would you think that? The next update Mojang released was Caves and Cliffs, which went right back to making Minecraft easier. Now don't get me wrong, this update did a lot, especially for the ambience of mountains and caves. But when it comes to progression, it had some seriously negative effects. When Mojang was revamping caves, they made a ton of changes to how ores generate. One being that diamond veins now generated much more often. In addition,
I wish that was the thing when diamond was the only thing that was popular. I mean, and gold. Gold was pretty. Y'all lose me every time y'all start talking about Minecraft, but you know.
In addition to this, Mojang made caves, especially those found deeper underground, much larger, which in turn exposes even more diamonds than the smaller caves found before 1.18. This makes diamonds a lot less rare than they used to be, allowing players to speed through progression even faster than they were before. But don't worry, because luckily Mojang noticed this issue and created an all-new ore type to mitigate it in the form of copper. It has so many possibilities. It could be used to make new tools useful in the early game, forge unique armor with special abilities. I mean, it could fix the diamond problem, add to progression, and make the game even more interesting than it was before. Lightning rods. We got lightning rods. The wild update was even worse. It didn't add anything to directly affect the player's journey, and the one thing that actually does is locked away in the most dangerous area of the game, which by the time you're able to get to, doesn't serve any use anymore. Now don't get me wrong, not every feature has to have major effects on the game. Adding things simply for the sake of ambience can do a lot to improve immersion. But if Mojang continues to shorten the length of progression and almost never add anything to it, over time, people are just going to get bored, which is the reason why many are saying Minecraft isn't fun anymore. So, how do we fix it?
Get a new boss.
One of my favorite games ever made is Terraria. People say it's like 2D Minecraft, it's a little more complicated than that. It starts off pretty similar to Minecraft. You mine some ores, craft some armor, but after that it slowly descends into madness. But the main takeaway is that Terraria utilizes level scaling, a developer concept where the game gets harder as you get stronger. In Terraria, after you defeat whatever the hell that thing was from earlier, your world is plunged into hard mode, causing stronger enemies to spawn around you and more powerful ores to generate as well. Looking over at Minecraft, there isn't really anything like this. The player can get stronger anytime they like, but the enemies of the overworld stay exactly the same throughout the entire playthrough. So let's fix that. Let's say that after defeating the Ender Dragon, a few new stronger enemies are able to spawn naturally in the overworld. They don't need to be anything insane, but just enough to add a little more challenge to the late game once you're decently geared up. In addition to that, let's make it so that Netherite only starts generating after you defeat the Ender Dragon. Not only does this fix some of the difficulty scaling, because let's face it, Netherite is way too OP to have before you fight the dragon, but it also gives players a legitimate reason to then go out and
now that game used to be crazy.
find Netherite, since there are now going to be stronger enemies in your world. If we wanted to go even further, we could also make it so that the Deep Dark only generates after the dragon. This just makes a little more sense with how hard it is to navigate, and now that the game is more difficult, it finally gives a use to the recovery compass, since you might die a little more due to the stronger enemies. I am so good at this, dude. Don't get me wrong, this would be changing a lot, so it would probably be better if they added these things little by little, but I think it could genuinely make an impact on the game's enjoyability, and make Minecraft more interesting. That or I'm just really high right now. But there's one other thing that Terraria does amazingly, and that is employ split progression. Split progression is when you offer different options to the player depending on their unique playstyle. In Terraria, if you like ranged weapons, they have a specific armor set for you, which will give you certain range-related buffs. If you prefer using melee weapons, they have a set that'll give you more defense.
See, now
Finally,
you're
if
asking for a little bit too much. Not a lot of games have that. I mean, a lot of games, when they do have that, their graphics take a hit.
like chess boats, you should end your life. Sorry, that slipped in. The point is, in Terraria, different players can have different experiences depending on what they like to do most. So let's apply
But
this to
then the
Minecraft.
graphics
Let's
get
bring back
hit.
that copper armor idea from earlier. We'll make it so that copper armor is weaker than iron, but each piece you wear will give you a small speed bump. This is because copper can conduct electricity, and everybody knows that electricity equals speed. I learned that from the Sonic. Now, instead of just making iron armor without a second thought, you would be able to choose between having more defense and having slightly faster movement speed. We could also up this to enchantment, similar to how you can't have mending and infinity on the same bow. When enchanting your sword, you would have to choose between more damage with sharpness or faster hit cooldown with quick strike. Choices like this make the game much more interactive and allow players to express their own specific playstyle, similarly to how your mother expresses her playstyle in bed. Now again, all of this would be changing a lot, and many of you are probably going to disagree with some of these suggestions, but that's okay. One thing we can
I would
all
go back
agree
to
on is that
Minecraft
Minecraft is
if they,
different for every person that plays
did
it. What
this.
may make the game more interesting for one person
Kill
makes
my
it
dog.
way too complicated for another. And at the end of the day, it's really up to us, the community, to make the game fun. Yes,
Exactly.
we can have cool new armor sets or enchantments or a lightning rod if you
right.
really want to, but at its core, Minecraft is what you make it to be, what you want it to be.
It's a
And
creative
that's
game.
what makes it special. The only question is, what will you choose? Which is why I wanted to talk about the penis update. When I tell you this video was annoying to make, I mean it. Okay, description.
Alright, man. That's it for the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe. I do reactions like this all the time. If y'all got anything y'all want me to react to, make sure y'all send it my way. But it's been your boy, Pretty Boy West. We out, man. Peace. Hey, should I do Minecraft content? Leave it in the comment section below. See you guys.